Good morning, Fanatics, and welcome to Flow with the Markets Tuesday. You know what we're going to be doing right now, having a look at the market, how it developed on Monday, and what we can potentially expect for the rest of the week or for the remaining of the day. Now, you know this analysis is very straightforward. I just jump on the charts, there are no transitions, there's no anything. We just go on the charts and analyze them as I would do every single day. And the aim of this video is to show you how to, of course, flow with the markets, how to adapt to your analysis. And of course, the main message of those videos are that you have to learn the best skill in trading, which is to flow with the markets and not really try to forecast what is gonna happen. Try to say like this is gonna happen, that should happen, right? The market will do this. That is the wrong language, because the market is all about scenarios. We never know what is going to happen next, but we also don't need to know what's going to happen next in order to make money. Okay, so without further ado, let's roll the intro and let's flow. All right, so first of all, let's start by checking in the news. So we have a very big bank holiday today for the whole Eurozone. So that is a very nice holiday today. We're also going to be celebrating where I am right now. But then as we have a holiday, we also have GDP for the JPY. RBA meeting minutes have passed. Chinese news, JPY news, GBP news, Swiss franc news, USD news, Canadian news, also CPI, very important for Canada, and a lot of USD news today. So it's a very news filled day. And of course, for pretty much for this week, we also did have a couple of news incoming, I do believe. Yeah, Wednesday you can see interest rate for the New Zealand and CPI for the pound. So watch out the pound. Tomorrow is going to be the day for the pound. Then we have GDP for the euro. Then on Thursday we have quite a lot of news, and then on Friday we also have a couple of news right there. But pretty much, so as for me, I am most likely not gonna be trading this week because I just see how August is going. It's not looking very good. It's very hard. It's very choppy, right? And pretty much on Friday, I'm gonna be going on a holiday on a full holiday for 1 week, where I'm not even gonna take my computer. So most likely, I'm not gonna be recording the next weekly outlook and setups. So let's have a look what we have right now, right? So jumping on the charts, the Indices, so we expecting an overall, like either a pullback and a continuation or a TC down. So we can start looking for shorts as we're tapping inside this daily zone. But you can see the market just opened, right? It gave a little push. It gave a very brief pullback. Then it pushed up. And right now, guess what we're doing? We're chopping around again. So you can see our forecast didn't really kind of play out fully, right? So we are still within, this is the major low, that is the major high. We haven't really formed, this according to me is not really a valid higher low formation. However, you can take it as a demand zone, okay? So we're getting in deep and deep inside this daily zone, and judging by how everything looks like, right? And I just read an article that the dollar is very strong, like compared to the rest of the currencies and also China, right? We could continue pushing higher and maybe even take out this high, right? The thing that worries me is that like this was a very massive push down right there, but could it also be like a very big macro liquidity? Because here we kind of did have an overall, I don't want to say this is a range because there is a lot of opportunities within this whole big thing right there. But if you just like look at this low, like it's a double bottom, the market just came in and massively swept it and then immediately like started recovering. So is it possible that this was manipulation and we can start heading to the upside? Maybe, right? We have to entertain all outcomes. But again, do not exclude the possibility of the market breaking this daily high. I would actually really entertain this idea. But when it comes to right now and the opportunities that we have right now is just not clear, right? I don't like it. I don't see anything. And then of course you drop to the 50-minute time frame. You have this low to this high, pulls back right now with very big choppiness. So it's just hard, right? It's just hard. And pretty much I'm going to keep today very, very, very simple, because the message is going to be step aside, or maybe if you see something clear, then definitely go for it. Maybe reduce risk. But just for me, the market does not look clean and I just don't have a feeling of it. So most likely I'm not going to be trading at all. So again, the bias on the DXY right now is bullish. Again, is it going to respond from here and push higher? Is it going to pull back a little bit deeper and push higher? Is it going to be long at all? Well, those are the questions we just have to wait to answer for. But again, I'm just being completely honest. I do not know what to expect right now. I do not know. We don't have like a lot of very important USD news. Well, we have FOMC minutes tomorrow. So that could be something that is going to be important, that is going to be shaking out the market. But again, if you don't know what's going to happen, then just let it go. Let the market play out. Let the market show you what it actually wants to do. And then you just simply flow with it. So checking out Euro USD. So again, there were two scenarios, either for us to make a forward trend change and then for us to shift bullish, or for the market to like give a little bit of a pullback and attack the liquidity low. So again, the market didn't really give us a pullback. It kind of opened, pushed down, then it gave us a little bit of a pullback right there, which also filled in that little imbalance that was left right here, and then it just dropped. So there was a short opportunity that that could have been taken. I'm going to show on the 50 minutes. So now this liquidity is taken. However, there is no new range. So right now, this is the range we're trading inside. And similar to the Dixie, you can take this as a potential supply zone. And this is also very nice structural liquidity. So once again, the daily time frame, daily low, daily high, the market has been pulling back for ages, right? The pullback initiated on the, what is this, 18th of July. So it's been already like, it's already been a month of the market pulling back. So is it gonna start pushing up? Is it gonna actually be breaking down the lows right there? I don't know, right? Then of course dropping onto the 40 time frame, as I said, that's my high, that's my low. Depending on how you mark up structure, you can also take this as your high. So right now the market is pulling back. And if I jump on the 50-minute time frame, like I want you to pay attention that so that according to me is the 50-minute lower high, but also for my team, I did mark a 30-minute zone because the 30-minute zone looks a little bit better. Both of those are in that most recent hourly supply zone. So why do I mark this? Well, because I do believe like this high or this high is the one that actually caused the breakdown. There is one right there, but this is not a lower high according to me, right? So in order for me to have a bullish trend change or a shorting opportunity, the market needs to tap into one of these zones, okay? So what I'm pretty much expecting is for the market to run into the highs, tap into one of those zones, and then give me a trend change potentially, and then to head to the lows. And that is pretty much that bearish scenario. Is it going to happen? I don't know, because right now we could be forming the weekly low and the market could continue to push into the highs, right? Why? Well, because we are bullish on the daily. The market came in, it took liquidity yesterday, and look at the rejection, right? But again, the 40 time frame is still bearish. However, if we persist like with a nice uptrend going forward, I would definitely entertain taking longs. So right now there is absolutely no trading opportunity for me on EU because again, I don't like trading in very big ranges like this. Why? Well, because this is my high, that's my low. This high got formed at 2 o'clock yesterday. The market pushed down, it pulled back. Very big range right there, a whole day, Asian range, London station, so it's gonna tap in right there. So most likely those zones will not hold any power until then because I really like fresh breaks and fresh structure, right? So the market going up, fresh TC, retest, go. Not the market to form a zone from the previous day and then to come back like 2 days later to retest that zone. Usually those zones will not hold. Why? Well, because there is going to be a very recent bullish sentiment. So then in order for me to take a trade from that zone, I would really need to see once again that shift of structure to show me that bears are there. And like for example, yesterday, it was clear. Asian range took out the Asian low, massively reversed, filled in the imbalance. There was, oh, this is forex.com on my other broker. Oh yeah, it is valid. There is a valid break. There's a valid trend change. There is your buy to sell that caused it. There is your retest. So with an aggressive entry, you can go in right there or you can drop to the 1 minute also. And that was a massive short yesterday, but I was on the beach yesterday, so didn't really look at the markets. So yeah, that's EU. Right now, I would look to see this liquidity being taken. And after this liquidity is taken, only then I will drop to the charts and see if we like have any bearish sentiment introduced and what is going to happen from there. So I'm going to say so far, EU is bearish technically. I will not really exclude the markets the possibility of the market going higher basing it on the daily. But I'm just going to say that most likely I'm not going to be trading. So yeah. Euro yen kicks in with a lot of bullish strength. So we had that JPY news very early and we can see that they were also positive. I'm just looking on my other screen. All of the news are positive. So GDP more than expected, GDP analyzed, this deflator, I'm not sure what it is, but those are the two important ones right there. And they're more than expected with a pretty significant difference. as well. So you can see whopping push right now, which is changing up stuff a little bit, because right now we're having a 4-hourly break of structure, which means that we're going to have a 4-hourly demand zone right there, and the market is making a new daily high, you can also say that, so we can start expecting a pullback. But yeah, I mean, could you have taken this long? Maybe, if you just trade before the news, right? But you can see overall, that's what we had. Chop yesterday, right? Again, the Asian range took out the low, took out the high, returned back, then chop, and right now it starts heading higher. So there is nothing much you can do about it right now. I mean, you can continue following the 50-minute structure, right? For example, there is a fresh 15-minute break, there is a fresh 15-minute demand zone. So what you can do is just keep following the structure until you're wrong, and you're going to be wrong when a TC occurs. Then you can initiate a pullback. The market's going to tap the zone, potentially, right? Align bullish once again, and then you can start heading for the highs. So that is how I would imagine this market to play out. So right now, again, keep in mind, we have taken massive liquidity to the highs. So a pullback is about to happen. And of course, when this pullback happens, right now, you can draw your 4-hourly zone. There's the 4-hourly zone. There's the 4-hourly range. Wait below 50%. Wait for the market to align bullish below the 50%. And then you start looking for longs from there. So that's EJ. No opportunities right now if you don't like to go long from here. But again, based on my understanding of liquidity and based on my understanding of the fuel of the market, I wouldn't really take a long from here. Why? Well, because the market already made a move. It already took the buy side liquidity right there. So it's most likely want to pull back, collect a little bit more, and then potentially align bullish. So let's see how this one works out. Aussie dollar. Ooh, I see a nice rejection happening right there. So let's see what's the zone and what our forecast was. If my trading view loads, there it goes. So we expected, so as this market is overall bearish, we actually came in and collected liquidity straight on Monday, right? We said that that was a liquidity right there, this big low, so that was collected. The market initiated a pullback, then once again it came in and it broke structure again. So let's analyze overall. Let me delete this. So yeah, pretty much we didn't really have a pullback inside this zone, but we immediately started taking liquidity, which is once again, you see the scenarios that I provided you with, they didn't play out. So let's see if we have something new. The market broke down, it pulled back, and then it looks like again, it really depends if you will take this as a structure break, because if you do take this, the market broke and then immediately, yeah, came in and broke up. And then it looks like right now we are, no, this is not good. Like, I mean, look at those two candles. Like, look at this candle right there, and then look at this candle. Absolutely the same. Taking out the highs and taking out the lows, and then just massive rejections are happening everywhere. And right now, the market did actually tap inside this supply zone, and it's heavily rejecting to the downside. Most likely about to attack like this 4-hourly low, but this one will be taken out first. Daily time frame just took out a massive daily and also weekly low. So we can expect a potential pullback, but I see no signs of the market actually making a pullback. I just cover all of these markets, guys, and it just doesn't make sense. Like, chop around, like move down, move up, move down, move up, came in very violently inside the zone, and right now it's just massively dumping to the downside. Well, yeah, broke structure up, trend change down. If you want the structure, there is your last supply zone. So right now what you can do is you can either wait for the market to pull back into supply and pull back, but most likely right now the market is just going to take out the Asian low, take the liquidity, maybe even take out the 4-hourly low, and then guess what? It's going to return back in the range and chop around. So I mean, I really want to give you something right now, but there is just nothing to give you because there is pretty much nothing. So once again, Aussie dollar, the bias is shorts right now. I'm not sure what kind of short you can take, maybe a pullback break and then a new valid range for you to take short. But the market, as the market starts to take out these liquidity areas lows right there, then you got to be mindful, because most likely after those are taken, the market is going to initiate a pullback. And then of course you can see here, for example, yesterday took out a high. If you take a short from here, beautiful, but then as soon as the market took out the low, then initiates a pullback and then it starts ranging. So right now the liquidity objective is this low and this low. So when they got taken, the market is going to reverse and once again start chopping. So if you can take any shorts towards these levels, but maybe by the time I publish this outlook, they're going to be taken, then fine. But as those get taken, then of course you can stop looking for it. So that's the Aussie. AJ, it's most likely going to be bullish. Yeah, we did expect bullishness on this one. It did came in for for what seems to be like a liquidity grab right there. Liquidity grab, went up, didn't take out the high, and right now it's forming these ugly candles once again. So yesterday it came in right there, aligned bullish with a TC. Down, up, chop, chop, big news. So yeah, what can I say right now? I mean, if we just flow with the market, broke into the highs, broke into the lows, that's your trend change, that's your supply zone right now. So yeah, you can just wait for the market to pull back and give you a short, or you can wait for new ranges to form and keep following them to the downside. Okay, but again, just in terms of the volatility time frame, if I'm just extremely objective, it just doesn't, we're still trading kind of within this very big range. And yeah, I'm having difficulties analyzing. Like, I wouldn't really say that this is a trend change, because definitely looks like a liquidity grab. This is a structure breakdown, then what caused to take out the high. So yeah, then you can say that this is the high that caused the low. So we're technically bearish if you take this as a structure break. You can look at this scenario, but it's just not making any sense. So again, focus on the intraday moves right now. Took out Asian high, sell pressure. Right now the target will most likely be the Asian low. So if you can get a short before the Asian low is taken, then go for it, because after this liquidity target is met, then the most likely the market is going to chop around. So guys, again, if according to your analysis something makes sense, then definitely go for it. But to me, none of the pairs I covered so far makes any sense. NZUSD just opens, and it just continues with the expansion of this overall range, and it's just look at it. I mean, I'm not gonna cover this one. Same scenario, took out the high, TC down. In fact, you could have maybe shorted this, because it did provide a little bit of a pullback right there, and right now it runs down. There is a first target being fulfilled. There is this second target that most likely the market is gonna seek, and when those two get taken, the market is gonna initiate a pullback and most likely return in that range. But I see that the dollar is very strong. The majority of those pairs are going down, except for their JPYs, right? So again, I'm just gonna say short bias, and the dollar looks like it just wants to continue up. NZD JPY, this one is just so choppy. I'm not even gonna touch this one, because this one is just a very big range on the 4H within a very big hourly bullish range right there. So absolutely no. Like 15 minutes, same story. Took out the high, took out the low. If you can short it until the Asian low, then good. If not, then again, if the hard time frame just doesn't make sense, then just don't trade it. UJ, yeah, you can see why the JPYs are expanding. This one just pulled back inside our zone, massively pushed up, and it continues to push up, right? There's a very recent fresh demand zone that was formed. So again, as long as it keeps pushing up, you can keep following it, right? But I do think it's kind of very impulsive. Like you can see that long yesterday, took out the high, took out the low, then it chop. So how could you have taken this long? I really don't know. Personally, there is no way I'm taking this long, because pretty much like the structure to me is not clear, because that is the trend change, and what caused the trend change, it was this. So until the market breaks this high, I cannot take a long trade, which really sucks, but it is what it is. Then right now chop around, impulsing into the highs. So yeah, if we return back into this demand zone and if we form a 50-minute TC, I would entertain a long idea, but it just keeps pumping up. So you can follow like the 50-minute valid ranges, but right now it's pretty high. So you want to be careful with it, right? So yeah, I leave this to you, right? I'm just gonna say that yes, USD yen is bullish. It's taking out a massive daily high, so it could form a pullback anytime soon. But I would much prefer, the only tip that I can give you is to wait for pullbacks into hourly zones, at least to get more confidence for taking a long, because you can take a long from here right now and you're gonna lose it. Why? Well, because the market needs fuel in order for it to continue pushing up, and that fuel is gonna come in the form of taking this low, tapping inside this demand zone, and then giving us the long trade. Okay, so keep that in mind. But overall, nice to see that UJ is continuing higher. UCAT, complete choppiness. Right now we have some bullishness, because we didn't have any CAD news yet, but it does look like the dollar is indeed strong. So this still remains the same. Let's see if we break above it, and then if we are going to initiate a pullback and take a long trade. But again, just look at this. I mean, not even going to cover it. Let's see how it breaks. Then as it breaks, this is going to be your demand zone, right? So you're going to be looking for a pullback, right? Higher low formation. And then potentially, if this market is going to persist with the bullish trend, you can look for the longs. Here's the Swiss. GU, same story, right? So we just came in, broke the downside, took out this liquidity to the left. And yeah, so broke structure down. I had a little discussion with the team in the morning, like what's the valid range high right now? What is actually the lower high? It's this guy, according to me. So I forecasted this to be potential liquidity. So the market came in and swept that liquidity right there on GU. And right now on the 15-minute, that is the valid range on the 50-minute. So in order for me to take a short, I need to see this to make a trend change and then potentially turn back. But as we make this trend change, the Asian low is going to get taken. So our target is pretty much going to get taken. So, I mean, just look at it. Like chops around, then makes move down, makes a move up, chops around, liquidity gap. I really don't know what to expect. Like on the 4-hour time frame, we're still tapping inside this inside this very last resort on the daily, because that's the daily low, that's the daily high. The market keeps tapping inside, but is it gonna push up? I don't know. It really depends on the dollar. And we can see that the dollar is overall strong right now, so most likely we're gonna be heading into the lows. Okay, so that's GEO. Like if you want to take a short trade, well, first of all, I would personally wait for a trend change, then a pullback, and then a potential short. But if the buy is really gonna be short, I don't know. So again, I'm not gonna be trading because I just don't feel like risking my capital during those market conditions. Again, let me know, guys, in the comments if what you feel about GEO or what you feel about the pairs that you're trading. I personally don't feel neither of mine. So GJ, of course, continues to break up. And on the break, it also threw a very quick retest, then it pushed up, then it pulls back right now. And it looks like it's forming like a little structure break right there. It does have like a brand new demand zone. So, but that demand zone, the range of this demand zone is exactly the same as the 50-minute. So that's the 50-minute range, and pretty much that's your 4-hourly zone as well. So you cannot have like a bearish 50-minute trend change in order for them to wait for the market to align bullish from here. So you're going to be trading internal structure, because if the market breaks this low, it's most likely going to form a 4-hourly trend change to the downside. So again, not very clear, but again, it's bullish GJ. So if you want to take a trade on GJ, then it's going to be much better if it's a long trade. Like yesterday, you can see, took out the low, took out the high, it pulls back during New York, and then it expands. So hopefully some of you, at least based on some approach of yours, you managed to catch like a long trade on the JPYs. But yeah, they keep pushing up. So on any retestable 4-hourly zone, you can definitely engage in a long trade. Gold just continues to flow to the downside. Again, dollar is strong, so gold keeps retracing down. But again, yeah, it broke down, pulls back. So again, those are going to be lower time frame plays right there, because the 4-hourly time frame just keeps sliding to the downside. And then of course you have to be on the 50-minute. Like again, Asian high taken, took out the high here, took out the low here. There's your supply zone, and this is a very beautiful short trade right there. Very beautiful short trade. So again, took it out, then the market aligns bullish here, aligns bullish, then it aligns bearish right there. And this morning it doesn't make sense. So again, hopefully some of you guys, the gold traders, that is a trade you should have caught, because it looks very nice, very simple with the overall 4-hourly downtrend. Because again, you can see the market made a 4-hourly low, so then this is our 4-hourly high, pulls back above the 50%, right, takes some liquidity, and then it just dumps to the downside. Okay, so that's a nice thing to see. Right now there is no opportunity because we're just chopping around. We're coming in very close to this low, so after this low is going to get taken, the market is going to initiate some sort of a pullback, maybe, and then from there I just don't know what's going to happen. So again, the bias is overall shorts. Did we take out this low? Nope. So we're at most, or we did take it, I'm not sure. Let's check out. So the low here is the low is 745. The low is 730. So it's lower. Yeah, so we did take out the low. It looks like we did take out the low, so that's a lot of liquidity. And yeah, you can see we took out the low. We massively rejected on this candle, but then we immediately started rolling down again. So there is most likely going to be some sort of a pullback coming in very soon, because we're taking this massive liquidity area low. Maybe the market is going to be heading for this liquidity area low as well. But right now, I wouldn't really make any forecasts in August because, yeah. So that's gold. right? Overall bearish, so if you can catch any short, but again, make sure to wait for liquidity plays during the day, right? So wait for Asian high to be taken, then attack Asian low, right? It's very, very, very simple strategy. Whoa, US 30, where are you going? So US 30, I'm not even gonna have a look at it, right? Yes, right now it's dropping, sure, but there is just no opportunity. So I'm this one as well, like Nasdaq, it came in, reacted from supply, it broke above it, so we can adapt. So we made a break here, then made a TC here. Yeah, in fact, there was a valid range created right there on Sunday. Then Monday took it out, then we had a reversal, and then technically we pulled back inside this demand zone. So there is your flow, right? Lower high, lower low, TC, retest, there's your long. Structure break, demand zone. So let's see if it's gonna turn bullish. I really don't think so. We have a little bit of a sign of a bullishness. We didn't really come in to take this liquidity. So again, very 50-50, but let's see. I'm looking to see if we can entertain a potential long idea from there, although I don't think so. But yeah, there is Nasdaq with the most recent structure. I personally really don't think we're gonna reverse higher yet. We don't have a lot of steam. We don't have any news. Like for example, you can see S&P did the same. Right, it broke structure lower, then it chopped around, and right now it looks like it wants to make a forward trend change, but looking at the steam right now, it's most likely going to be coming into the lows, take out the lows, get deeper inside to the zone right there, and then start cooking the trades inside. So I'm still short bias on the indices. All right, but again, intraday, I'm not really going to cover anything. Bitcoin is just chopping around. So as you can see, I really scroll through the markets because there is just nothing, guys. I'm not enjoying doing this outlook, just being extremely honest, because there is nothing clear that makes sense to me. Like the XY is going to break above, is going to continue breaking below. We're going to see Euro USD, absolutely no trades. Like, yeah, yesterday we could have taken the short, definitely. Right now, I just see nothing. The JPYs do push up though. So if you trade something, then trade the JPYs. Like for example, Aussie and NZD look exactly the same. Took out Asian high, made a TC down, but then they're already taking out the Asian low. So you can start expecting a pullback right now. And then if you can flow bearish with them, that's fine. UJ, very bullish, which is pretty much what is causing the overall strength of all the JPY pairs. So again, if you want to go long on the JPY pair, then definitely do so. UCAT massively impulsing up right now, so you have to wait for it. GU doesn't make much sense to me right now as well. Gold, it's bearish, but again, you really gotta wait for a good setup. Indices, I'm not touching them right now, and pretty much I'm just gonna be waiting, and pretty much I'm gonna be taking a break from the markets for a little bit. And yeah, so that's for me, guys. Again, let me know if you're seeing something. Let me know what you're trading. Let me know what is your favorite pair. What is your favorite setup for right now. Let me know if you're going to be taking any break. I'm going to cut it here, not to make it very long. I'm not trading. I don't see anything. So again, guys, take a little break. Get a little bit of an ego view of your current situation. And make sure to start planning like for September, for Q4, because that is when the market is going to start moving, and that is when it's time to make money. Not right now when the market is slow and confusing. Protect your capital. Focus on high priority actions that can of course make you a better trader, like backtesting, studying, enrolling into a course, because right now it's the best time to do so as the market is slow. So you get prepared for when the market is going to be on fire. Okay, so let me know how you're doing in the comments, and I'm gonna talk to you in around a week and a half. So bye for now, and again, if you ever need me, you can always send me an email at support@tradingfanatic.com.